Hey everyone, this is Deepak and welcome to today's vlog video. And in today's video, I want to talk about, and I want to make a case rather, for you to consider using two platforms, LinkedIn and Facebook, to grow your business or financial practice. Now, certainly you can decide to just use one, and that's totally fine. You can use either LinkedIn or you can use Facebook. They both are quite effective, and we have seen many advisors and people that we work with that are just using one. So there's definitely that opportunity, but there are some really good benefits of using both. So I want to talk about three key benefits, and hopefully it will give you a very different and a unique perspective to think about a business strategy. And everything I'm going to talk about today is what I do personally. So this is all coming from personal experience of having done this since 2018, and then we also have helped over 500 advisors and growing. So all this is coming from real life experience of getting in the weeds and what are the benefits of these two platforms and why should you consider using both of them together. So I've broken it down in three benefits. Number one, the first benefit is the diversification. So let me elaborate what I mean by that. Now, when you use two platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook, you're able to diversify your marketing and prospecting. Imagine if you're just using one platform, if something were to go wrong, be it a compliance problem you run into, or be it some other issues from a platform itself, then you can be in a situation where you don't have prospecting happening or your business is impacted. And I certainly have been there. There have been times where we've had some issues with running our Facebook ads, which is a problem that happens on Facebook time to time. And then, we could feel the pain and the risk if we didn't have the other, strategy. But luckily in our case, we had two things. So when you have both going on, if you have LinkedIn process going on, you have Facebook process going on. If something were to go wrong, then you have a fallback mechanism, which means your business can continue. You continue to have appointments set each week, and you continue to get new prospect and client each month, and your probability of achieving your business outcome is significantly higher. It's the same concept why you would invest in stock and bonds, right? With the high risk and the low risk aspect. Prospecting and business is no different. So number one reason to consider using both LinkedIn and Facebook is pure diversification, the good old way of managing risk. Let's talk about the second benefit, which is the efficiency aspect. And what efficiency mean in this case is both the platforms, or at least the method that we use in these two platforms, there is an element of time efficiency and there is an element of money efficiency. So case in point, LinkedIn, for example, the strategy that one takes on LinkedIn requires more time. So you have to spend about half an hour on an average a day, on an average 5-6 days a week to say get good 10-15 appointments a month. Okay, so that's typically what it takes. It could take certainly a little bit more time. So that is what is the cost to use LinkedIn. You have to have the time that you are willing and able to commit. So it's not as time efficient. You need to spend more time. Facebook advertising specifically, on the other hand, requires little time. You can get an ad up and running in 5 minutes if you know the process and all that. It doesn't take a lot to get the ads up and running. It's fully automated. And now you can bring down your prospecting time to 5 minutes or less per day. But it can cost you $10, $20 a day budget or slightly more sometimes. So you see, it's a little bit more time efficient, but it's not as money efficient, which means you have to spend a lot more money each month to prospect. On LinkedIn, you can just do it for free or pay the sales navigator fee and now get 10-15 appointments. So we like the efficiency on cost on LinkedIn, but I also like the efficiency of time on Facebook. And we can strategically use this thing to scale and grow your practice. And that is really what we have done. And we highly recommend you to do this. And a lot of times people want to just throw money and not spend any time. And unfortunately, a good business cannot be built by one or the other. And we find that there are stages of life, like when somebody just gets started, early stage, it is better to spend more time because your time is not as valuable perhaps in the beginning. But as you start to onboard client, as you start to make that 100K, 250K, $500,000 income, your time becomes more valuable. And that's when the other strategy can be very powerful. So the reason to do both, in this case again, the case I'm making today is one is more time efficient, one is more money efficient. Now let's talk about the third benefit, which is targeting. There are different ways of targeting on these two platforms. So let's talk again about LinkedIn. So on LinkedIn, you are able to search very methodically and target a group of people, be it a business owner. If you want to go after group benefit, you can find small companies with 5, 10, 15 employees. You can certainly find, solopreneurs and entrepreneurs. You can find, people who work at certain companies and a whole bunch of other things. So the targeting strategy that you are able to use on platform like LinkedIn allows you to pick who you want to do business. So that's the way targeting works. Now on Facebook advertising side, targeting is different. You're able to target like a geography, you can target some interest, but fundamentally people who are coming to you, which is the inbound nature of the campaign, allows you to be attracting people that have some sort of need and they are coming to you. So you may not get just small business owners, you may not get just doctors, for example. So you have to be a little bit different in terms of how you are targeting on Facebook. And as long as you're open, what you're going to get with that is oftentimes people that are high quality in terms of asset. For example, if you're doing retirement planning. But more importantly, the nature of an inbound campaign where somebody is coming to you, you typically end up getting, and this is not always the case, but typically for a good campaign, you are able to get higher intent lead. People who are more aware of the problems they're having, they're looking for some sort of solutions. And hence the cost of advertising to attract those people who are kind of sort of in market to look for a solution. And that's what makes the inbound marketing strategy very attractive. So again, I think there's some benefit if you are trying to build a practice on a niche market and you have a very specific offering, then LinkedIn targeting is extremely powerful. But there are ways to make Facebook targeting very effective as well. And we like both. And hence the recommendation of using both. So just to summarize what I covered today in this video, there are 3 good reasons to use both simultaneously. Number 1, you get the diversification. Number 2, you are getting the efficiency aspect that comes with these 2 platforms. And number 3, you have a different way of targeting. And if you did all of this thing correctly, I can promise that you can get to like good 15, 20 appointments a month. If you have an asset practice, you can aim to get $5 to $10 million AUM per year. And if you're an insurance agent, then you can absolutely start making 250K, 300K, and a whole bunch of insurance cases that you can write through these strategies. Using both gives you that breadth that you need to have in a hyper-competitive market of financial advisors. So I hope you found this video insightful. Please share. And if you have any questions, if you need any help, then do reach out. And hope this helps. And I'll see you in the next blog video. Thank you.